To you, how are you? Long time no see. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For the first time? No, we've had some relationship. This can't be the first time. Maybe bodily appearing in person, right? But you've always called. Uh-huh. So mm-hmm. Anyway, you are about to make history, and that history is now. Good afternoon to you. Welcome. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So here we are. Why you love to call yourself security journalist instead of journalist or security man? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So then, why you want to say you want us to call you security journalist instead of rebel journalist? What's about security? Who was training you at Batala base? And all of them, none of them knew about journalism. They were I mean, bring it up to you, uh, try to indoctrinate you into militarism. So that qualifies you as a security journalist. But man, you started calling yourself a security journalist before you even went to Zion. Eh? From the day you graduated from Batala base, you start calling yourself security journalist. So you got to be just in summary, common police chief. Yeah, yeah. Mhm. I don't think you should say that. No, but this. So I can easily say, when you came in the office, you were recording with the pen. You and I had some deep talk. I would not be surprised if it goes into the public and go viral on arm, you don't have weapon, but yet you liberated Maryland, flush belligerent forces out of there. Hmm. So you must have had some secret recording on most of these guys that you are naming around here, Chief. Yeah? Like the Jack Clam, the Dan Marias. Because this was in act. It was in action, man. It was active when you were interacting with these people. I do agree. Yes, and he gave it back to you. So how did he get it? You bought another one? Okay, okay. So that means you got two minute. Like, I mean, sensitive. So that motorbike. Sometimes I wonder. This man has worked in the speaker's office for years, and he can like, every time I see him on motorbike. So you were intentionally riding motorbike to do some of these secret recording. Yeah, but who authorized you to do the recording when you're on a motorbike? Hmm. Hmm. I don't want you to be mentioning the banger. Banger was that rebel time, man. You guys, you wake up. How would journalism school be on Patala base? Man, yeah, man.
No.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, okay. Okay, so then let's try to interspice it with your role as a journalist. Yes, now you are in Morovia. You've left Rebel Line now. You are in school. You are practicing. Let's look at the journalism at the time. And I was just talking to a group of students, and it is disheartening. I listened to a radio station this morning, right, referring to a sitting president as a living dog. Hmm? I'm telling you, and eh? People call on the same radio station and say, tell the presenter, let God bless you. And I was telling the students, this is the journalistic generation that you people are about to inherit. I don't know how you're going to manage. And I was just telling you, where I am at my terminal age when it comes to journalism, especially practicing hardcore journalism, because I can afford to be part of today's journalism that speaks the way I heard today on a particular radio station. As an old hand, experienced, you have a troubled PUL, everything is dilapidated, everyone is moving by themselves, no regulations. What do you sense between now and maybe 5 years from now? Yes, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Mhm. It's not journalism, it's not your upbringing. Yes, I'll read through you. For the public for the public cartoon in journalistic balance is money. Yeah, anything for that matter. But you and Bobby, you know that the media is in a situation of quagmire, right? And I mean, unfortunately, as you said, no regulation. Everyone is moving beheadedly, and it is. So I'm asking you to project the future of journalism in this country. How you see it 5 years from now? From now, yes. Which program is that? They use invectives. They use invectives. Anyway, that is condemnable. But let me tell you something. It is a slot to pay for. Unfortunately, it is a slot pay for. It is different from, and there's no reason why you should throw effective at a leader or whosoever, whether leader or not. But it's quite different from somebody willfully sitting, producing and using effective, and then people call it and praise. And it is wrong. It's, if no matter what you do, whether here or there, it is wrong. Mhm.
I have a distinct topic. I think I'm discussing on the board.
So where is me?
Okay.
Regulate these things. Absolutely, things will go off hands. We need to do it.
Okay, this is State of the Nation. Bobby Blair Addison is our guest, a Liberian journalist. He prefers to say a security journalist. As a matter of fact, he got a secret recording pen with that he carries along.
Don't be
You know,
afraid.
in Johannesburg, in South Africa, there is a media group called Carte Blanche.
Yes.
They are protected by law.
Yes.
They do a lot of secret recordings. They uncover too many things. Maybe you need a, I need to link you with Derek. Derek can tell you how you go about to legalize. You could break systems that have spoiled this country for a very long time just by having that pen in your pocket. But here you are, you have announced it that you carry the pen with you. Somebody just sent me a text and said, and the person is from River G, like yourself, say he shouldn't be exposing the secret out to the public. So that should be your worry for announcing that you got a secret pen. Well, maybe 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 that's the reason why sometimes some friends are not even picking your course off anymore because they really, but yeah. So what what advice do you have for the younger generation who are in training or who are about now leaving training or who have just started practicing?
One thing they should know is character is more important than power. Because you feel that you got the microphone, you got the camera, so you can do anything that you want to. No, you need to be disciplined. This profession requires discipline. If you are not, don't sit behind the microphone to talk or neither the camera to produce a program. Because if you are not disciplined, will people respect you for what you say? Some will say, look, you got your pen, I got my microphone. I mean, you got your gun, I got my microphone. We saw that here. Okay? I'm going to radio tomorrow. Something happened some time ago. This guy followed a VAD announcer wife. And what a guy, he used to be a television producer. And he said, okay, say you behind a woman, you feel you're a fighter, but I know what to do to you. And we don't know who understand VAD. He sat down behind the market, behind the camera, running his VAD program, the news program. And he started threatening that fighter. You that behind my woman. If you move from behind you, you know that B may see on TV. And later on someone notice it, they cut him off. So don't use what you got to intimidate people. We got young
No,
people
but this is
today.
not intimidation now. Right? I just use a word I don't want to be repeat. In fact, one of the caller reminded the producer that you are a Muslim
Mm.
and referring to a mankind created by God as dog, Quranically, is wrong. And I was just reading the Quran. It's in Surah. Sorry, I just missed it. But the dog is mentioned twice in the Holy Quran. And one said it is not forbidden to make dog as a pet. The other one is not good at all. And then the presenter is defending and try to bend his own religious belief, just like the caller was saying, you're promoting your godfather at the expense of the Almighty Allah. Is that right? And but by the time the person said it, he cut the person off. So your advice to the young people, I thought you could expand it a little bit, whether they because it's going to come in so many forms. So many forms the temptation is going to come. And unless those who still have an interest in becoming journalists, unless they are told the truth or tell them what they expect and tell them how to resist it, man, as I agree with you, we have a massive media environment or media community in the next half decade.
Chris, one advice I will give our young brothers and sisters that got interest in this profession is to go to school. Go to a good media institution, and those that go to train our children to come and sit behind microphone, they should also set an example, be good instructors. Not instructor who just want the $5 or $10. Now there's a place somebody that training. Yes, when I used to have my radio station in Banga called Radio Salavi as a child broadcaster. Today, that guy is a big guy in one of the local, international NGOs, and people hire him to go and train other people. But what is he going to tell those people? And when I started with that fellow, he thought I was not putting something good into him. I told him, no, I'm training you that tomorrow you will apply what I'm putting into you. And you know who that guy is? Jefferson Massa with Internews. He's at ELBC now, carry on conducting training. What I place into that child, he's making better use of it today. He always used me as an example. Mr. Addison was there working us as a child broadcaster in Bangabong County. I have more than 150 training. Some are auditors today. I just said something as a leader. The way you present yourself to people, that's how they will take you. Because character is more important than power. Not because you have the power, you want to misuse it. So as a young journalist or who's ever listening to me under the sound of my voice, this profession is not something for bluff. Some will want to use it for bluff to say, look, you heard my voice today, I read the 2 o'clock news or I did this one. No, that's not all to aid.
That what we will eat?
That's not all to aid.
Your name and where you calling from?
You know, that's not all to aid. But are you presenting and saying what is right? Because somebody's giving you $5 or $10, that person got the private radio station and they tell you, did you say, look, this is what these are things you should talk about on my radio. If you don't go with it, the policy of this radio station, absolutely, I won't keep you here. Yes, I will leave. Because I know that you got me going against the ethics of the profession. I'm not doing it the right way. Okay? And to those that own media institution, don't just place anybody at your institution because you wish to. The man play good music at the nightclub and you're talking and brought him to your radio station. No. Make sure that they go through the process. The press union library is supposed to ensure that every journalist are registered and are trained before they work with media institution. I love what you guys are doing here at this radio station.
I don't like this. Sorry, it's being disrupted. And Hartford, there's the moment I'm going to open line for. Why are you disturbing?
Sorry, Chris.
I mean,
yes, just hold on. And you know the protocol.
Yeah, Chief, just ignore it.
No, don't say ignore it. I'm being distracted. Yes.
Okay, let me handle
No,
it.
it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. This
Yeah.
this is a man who knows the protocol. And yes, he's part of our production crew.
If it's time for the line to be open, absolutely, it will be.
Exactly.
It will be
You're too
announced.
excited.
The
I will watch
numbers-
you, brother.
Yeah, the numbers will be announced.
Yes,
So these
exactly.
are things we are talking about. Hartford is with one of the radio stations, I think Voice of Hope, if I'm correct.
No, that radio station is defunct now.
You're looking for half
The
of.
station died under his leadership.
Half
So
of.
you should know
The man killed the radio station. graduation.
Oh,
You see, Alpha coming coordinator. Yeah.
so I would recommend
Mhm.
to the management of this radio station that the training that you guys are conducting here for our young brothers and sisters that got interest in the profession, they should not stop where after graduation you just allow them to go. Find means to incorporate them here or other media institutions and do follow up. I search for Common Ground Talking Drum Studios, what I once worked in Army Radio. We regularly have monthly meetings to check on us to see whether the thematic issues we are touching them and doing it. John Colley used to be my supervisor at Talking Drum Studio. Okay, so training event and just letting go. No, Chris and Magdalene would never.
Let me tell
help
you something, Bobby,
Yeah.
and it will amaze you.
Mm.
When we launched the media school, Mr. Benedict said, call on the management not to take any intern from any other training school other than what was happening here. Huh?
Okay.
So even at the initial stage, the student already had a hand-on practical knowledge and platform to practice. But it will amaze you that some just came to class and decided not to even use this side of the building and just went home. And some even graduated, applied for graduation, paid their fee, and did not come for graduation. And that, as if that is not enough, they can't even come for their certificate. Guess what someone else do? They go into the first lecture every time I meet my students is that your day to day in the journalism, yes, in the journalism class today, the first day, will change you the kind of person you are in your community for the better.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And you spend 9 months, you go and you find you turn worse than you were in the training school. So the issue is not about we don't have space yet or we're letting it go. It is about them taking the opportunity. I know when I was a senior student, I had gone to LBS to do internship. The people who were supervising me, they were professional courses. They stopped me from using to see in the studio unless I brought a paper for the University of Liberia. Prof Nambi how to write. Even at that, they subjected us to attend the journalism school at LBS as a precondition for us to having access to the studio. How many times we haven't told this story to these young people? They will not come. They will not come.
They do have.
So we have the platform, we have the space. The people are willing to teach them, but they will not come. So yeah, that's that I can stand up for this management.
What I think responsible, Chris, why they are not coming, because the children, the food that they are eating, they are not taking the time to eat it. That is, you have come to school to learn something. You must learn to the best of your ability. That you live with something good.
Yeah.
Because you need to live with a paper. And that paper will qualify you to work at any institution. It was good that Magdalene told me, said, look, you need to come out and sell yourself. For some of the things that some of us doing around that we did in the past and present, people do not know what we did. So sometimes when things happen, they don't even call you or think about you. And we don't believe too also that every day to be on radio, to come on talk shows and other things, except take our text messages, share it, and people say, oh, do you, Bobby Addison? That's all. So those kids, they want to come here. Look, right after this, I will go to the radio station to work there. That the people, that the troublemaker you see there, they will be the ones that are graduated from the Musa Benete School of Journalism and Christopher SELLE, Magdalene of my instructors. Once people hear them, they say, oh, but the person came from somewhere good. But where is the document to prove it? Do you have it?
Yeah, so those are some of the problems.
Those are some of the problems.
Yes. So,
yeah. And Chief, let me just add up to it. You know, wherever you go, whatever career, you want to, endeavor, I mean, you need to have, you need to be passionate
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to be passionate about what you do. And most often when it come and when I'm interacting with them, I know those who are passionate. I know I'm not I can, my instinct tells me, this person is going to go far. Not all of my predictions can be, 100% because I'm human being, but based upon their, the interaction you have with them, you will know. At first, some of them will come with, like fire burning. At the end of the day, they just slip off. But yes, you heard my boss. You have opportunities. It was not like during your time where you would take forever to see the studio door. Yes, you would take
Yes.
forever to see the
Yeah.
studio door,
I was
So,
and you
I
would
was
be denied.
immediated, man.
You will be denied for even for them to call your name just like that on the radio. It was so difficult. When
yeah.
people hear about radio personality, if you are a radio person, you know what it means. But this time, even though radio has those journalists do have value, I mean, people respect a lot. It's not like before because too many bad apples amongst the the good ones. But right, yes, the young people now, some of them come, we try our best. My bosses here, try to ensure that they become. You will tell them, say, okay, we got different programs. Some of the programs we produce here, the different programs, and I will tell you, where do you want to contribute? Some of them, the last time I told a young woman, I had a conversation with her in the office. After talking with her, like a mother and daughter, a mother and sister having a conversation, she burst up in tears or say, okay, that's fine. Now go and do this is what I want you to do. This is what I want to do. Come back in 2 3 days time. Let me hear you. Let me see what the little work I have for you to do. She have not come back yet. And most of you, all of those different programs, what can you do? Contribute. Go stay somewhere. Do a reporter's job. But they don't show interest. And like last time I was on a TV show talking about the instant gratification of young people in Liberia. They want it now. And I made the scenario with farmers. Farmers are the most patient people in the world because they sow seed today, they do not expect to get it today.
Of course, yeah.
No, it
Patient
takes
is the
it
way.
takes time. 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, 1 year. Yes, my boss.
When you
He got
when you see what from a big be making reference to him.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, he's sometimes I feel so sorry because
Yeah.
he's so passionate, he's doing his work, he sees he's not getting it now. It is not something, but our young people want instant gratification. That means you do it right now, you get out of the results now. That's some of them, they are just floating everywhere. They're not willing to be tutored, mentored, and they just do things head scatter because they want it now. They don't want to be submissive, they don't want to bring down their shoulders. They know all. They don't want to be corrected. And I really don't have a space for that. I really don't have. I will tell you this before we go further. My daughter on a Sunday in the choir in the church service, I asked her to leave the choir because I gave her instruction and she did not want to listen to me, and that have been like my advice to all of them. I deal with them like 12, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and everything. I said, this is what I want you to do. I said, the day I stay in the church and I ask you to leave, you're going to leave. Any one of you. So I'm going to begin with you. And that's what I did. So there is no space for, spoiled people. You come, you so spoiled. And you don't want to take correction. You don't want anyone to correct you. You're so proud. You're so beautiful. You're so handsome. And can't just that thing you have to leave it home when you come in a professional space. Be willing to learn and be willing to grow. But they don't want. Some of them don't want to do it. They want to be bosses on their own. So let me rest
So
myself.
that's the kind of media people, Bobby. We turning the generation, the media community over to. Let me just add up. We're giving this disclaimer because
Yeah.
it will appear like we treating people and let them go into the wild
Yeah.
and don't follow them.
Yeah.
So for God's sake, I'm your tutor, right? I'm training you to be an independent and professional journalist.
So,
During the election campaign, you had your profile changed to a candidate. And I told the student, this is your first transgression you just committed. You've taken side as a journalist.
Yeah.
right? From that day, that person never became the same animal.
They took it as
Withdrew
an
themselves,
offense.
withdrew themselves,
Mm.
and did not even participate in the graduation ceremony. And
Oh.
and that person was one of our best students when it comes to composition. Another young man, this young man is so big. He doesn't want to be supervised until he did not attend the graduation. On the graduation day, he sends a man or a child who is half dressed to come and collect
Got
his
his certificate.
certificate.
And Chief, before you go further, that
Mm.
guy was he was one. I recommended him to tell TV. He was working there. At the end of the day, he just sent letter of resignation. He left from there. Okay, he was sitting down again, and then I called. He said, "Oh, come here and be doing." He was doing it, growing, appearing on platform, call story. At the end of the day, again, he still brought 2 letters. I said, "But then you become a problem anyway." You say you want to go, no problem. You can go wherever you want to go, but just be careful. I advise him that day always be. I mean, what else not you now, but what else they actually want us to do? What else? Yeah,
So,
sometimes it's too irritating, but I mean, we just trying to play our part.
and
It's irritating.
and and it's good that you follow our training sessions sometimes. This is the only platform that allows students to do a term paper, defend it on air, and then qualifies you. As we speak, people are coming signing off for the next. So, but it is all about it is. And listen to this one before we open the line. And I had this one cue, particularly about some of the things you are talking about a generation we are about to turn the media community over. We already polluted our generation.
Sure.
Eh? And those who we think supposed to take from us, they even polluted more than us. So just listen before we take the calls.
To us. With authority that been given to us. You in this generation you have responsibility to hand over a decent society to your children. Because your parents handed over a respectable society. How come you are supervising a society that has no respect for the elderly? You are supervising a society that has no respect for values? What kind?
Okay, you hear that? What kind of generation of parents we're going to have after this one? You are supervising total disrespect to the elderly, and that goes to radio station owners.
Yeah.
They're supervising their on-air personalities to throw invectives at other people, at leaders, at their peers, at children. So this motivational speaker is reminding, and Bobby, let's be around. Journalism is going to be messy if we are not mindful. Let's open the line. Maybe you need to respond before we open the line.
Yeah,
Yes.
before we open the line, just what Magdalene you said, before Bobby's voice was heard on the radio, almost 2-3 years it took. I was there serving as recordist recordist and producer. But Edison Zena told me, say, you don't have voice quality. You do not have voice quality. Quote Edison Zena, my one-time boss from ERBC. He said you need to work on your voice before you go there. So almost 2 years. All you can do just play programs and music. Don't talk. Go through the process. But for today, Chris and Magdalene, the kids, as soon as they go into that room, through the training, they want to be heard on the radio. I send a shout out. Pronunciation is another thing that we go through. I would say thank you to Mother Lauren Brown for Radio Veritas. There's a word that I used to use on the radio when I was at Veritas. Today is a birthday, Labira. She said, no. Michael, we are the rest of the guys. Every Friday she will call or she will have a workshop. She will have a workshop for us. She said it should be pronounced Liberia, Morovia, birthday.
Yes, sure. So let's start taking the calls now. Time is fast spent. We got 2 segments ahead of us. Yes, 0 777 25.
Pastor coming already.
Yeah, this Alpha finally is on. Alpha? Yes. Hold on. They say Blayon.
Leon.
They say Blayon. You want that from River Chief? Blayon. Not Blayon.
No, where you coming from?
Baba, you not hearing the man?
But I'm hearing him.
So just to go further, what feature do you see in Liberian journalism 5 years from now?
Okay.
You let the gossip. You get that in. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Hartford.
Yeah.
Hartford, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I told him man, I don't say it. He said he won't say it. So that I'm a business. So let's go.
Hello.
If I'll buy a pen from him. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Sony, Thank you very much. Let me take the caller from another end.
Okay.
The talking point here is 5 years from now. Where do you see journalism from? Hello. Yeah, let's say, what's your name? Yeah, quickly. Let's hear you quickly.
The restrictions, yeah. Sure.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Bobby got your phone on? Yeah?
No.
There's phone ringing, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
we,
I
we got
see.
we got calls for everyone. Let me
So you
take
just
it
need to
from
be on.
Okay. Hello? Yeah, sir? Oh, okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Let's hear you, man.
I've been listening to State of the Nation from let's say 3 years ago, but I've never called one day. But the topic of discussing this after this evening, it really touched me. I decided to call.
Yes,
I'm a
ma'am.
journalist.
Mm.
You know, and I am one journalist that I really used to go. I used to listen to that particular man. And I would program in the evening. I can't remember the name of the show.
Yeah, just go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I always used to listen to his show. My husband used to get best. These are the logo. When you listen to this show, what day you drop, I will not pick you on a day, I will come to the station and pick you on a forget about that. He said you really love them as they I to listen to them. But during the election, the man make me with that man, the man change altogether. He left two essay, now we took essay again. I don't want to voice it. The man the thing that I meant used to is what the president on the next radio station that you're working right now. He makes me very weak.
Okay.
Yeah, I said very bad. Right now, I'm on my phone. I took Magdalene picture in my phone. I went on Facebook and I picture and I post the picture Chris in my phone.
Because that's why I bought the thing. I said, start liking other people now.
I don't want to say I like them, but I tried them. But listening to them, they have not said anything bad. They don't even anything bad. Anybody that said they say the right thing and they do the right thing. So I just want to tell you, express Melody, express to continue what people are doing.
Okay.
Do not change because of anything, because your character matters.
All right.
You took a very long time to build your character.
Yeah.
All that money to make you in 1 minute time to destroy your image.
Okay.
Okay.
So I always pray for Madeline. I didn't see her somebody get me pregnant, even Chris. But I love you guys.
Pray for me more prayers for me. Then you say small prayers inside. Yes.
Okay. So we can take.
All right.
Madeline, I tell more back away. I'm your secret in a corner.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
And then we'll continue to carry you to where you want to reach and great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Lovo. Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you. Lovo. We appreciate. We can't take calls anymore. This is it's.
Wow.
I mean, Bobby, the volume of calls coming.
I mean, I just listened to this
Yeah,
one.
yeah. So
Yeah,
we gotta clear that one.
Yeah, please, I beg you, let me
Because we
take
got
this
two
one.
other segments
Yeah,
coming.
1 minute. Yeah,
Let's hear
quick, 1 minute.
Yeah, thank you for the show. According to the law, we have one program that we report the SELLE. That program has placed on everybody for the nation.
Oh.
That's how this is our show. The children and person on the issue about the SELLE or killing position. You tell them change the issue. You know, you see everybody wherever they record the president.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very
Sorry. Don't listen to it, yeah?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah. I said don't listen to it. Yeah, I said you shouldn't listen to it. Yeah. Hello? Yeah, Claudia, quickly. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I started my discussion where I wanted to propose the getting here. I'm a fan of good journalists, and I'm proud to be associated with people like you. And I'm a big fan of Uncle Chris. And I love professional and civil discussion on topics like you guys have always done.
Okay.
So, like the previous caller said, 2% is a studio that many of us, especially young people across listening. So, SKTV is one of those shows all 2% that propagate that message and for schools that information might be some way, but the tone in which they speak. And I want to also ask the guest still, what are some of the mechanisms put into place for journalists? Maybe all your journalists or they can put a different name.
Public relation.
Journalists is different, but if you are a journalist and you need a platform on a radio station to insult leaders and insult other people, I mean, is there any benefit for people that do such things?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
Thank
sir,
you
you
very
can
much.
take
You can
calls
take call,
again,
and
Yeah.
this is driving us into having a bigger
Yeah.
panel discussion. The fate of Liberian journalists 5 years from now. Maybe we can do it and make it a debatable topic. But Bobby, we are squeezed with time. Got 2 segments coming up.
Yeah.
But everyone seems to agree with you. Look, here this lady, Malovo.
Yeah.
She said, and 3 years ago, she's been listening, has never called. But today, she called and said, I was introduced to good journalism by an individual, but this individual somersaulted, and I am completely broken. I have no hope about any good feature on journalism except that Chris and Madeline. But guess what? I'm still testing them. Maybe we could change like others have changed, and we prayed not to change.
They talk for yourself.
You know,
What you
Chris,
say?
Talk for yourself.
Well, you change.
Oh, okay.
I listened to
Go ahead,
the last quarter.
Yeah.
What are we putting in place as journalists? As I said earlier, the Ministry of Information that do give up lessons to radio stations, radio, television, the LTA, the PUL
Your
are
boss calling.
responsible.
Let me,
They are
let me.
Just hold on. This year is getting bigger.
Yeah, the thing is getting bigger. Boss man, how you doing?
Good afternoon to you guys, man.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Chris. Robert, listen, I told you from Maryland,
I was so alone.
Yeah, all the years I've known that man for over a little over 20 years now. Just got to believe from
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
No, yes. I was so alone.
and stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
But let me say thanks to all of you, Grace, for the discussion we're having today. Look, what I know that happens in media business, the public is aware who is a media practitioner that is doing well and who is not doing well.
Sure.
The public is aware. Grace, the law profession, admire the medical profession and how they conducted themselves. This revolution that have come, the social media revolution that I hate the media, I have even helped so much and it's destroyed it. Those who want to be on the path of good media practice, let's remain there. Those who want to do what they want to do, they got followers, let them continue. And somebody said already, they say, if the government will jail me, government the truth. They can only say that thing. They say, if you don't sue me, you don't jail me, then you government. The government and the media person. You know, so sometimes unless there's a lot of people who want to be a good journalist, who want to be a good apple, good to be a bad apple, do not join the bad apples, you know, then think because that's the way to go. Some of them are just angry in their spirit and nothing is going to happen until they realize that they're taking the wrong side of it. I hear people saying they want to call me, but when I call me, so don't even allow them to call me the public who is doing well in the media and who is not doing well. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Jacob B, my people.
Yes, Jacob Abian, 1 town of Truth FM.
Okay.
Yes, so
Yeah.
Bobby, 1 minute you should sign off.
Yeah, thank you. You know, before I wrap up, I gave you this experience I had. I wish it was during the days of some of my young brothers and sisters. When Judy Bryant traveled to Maryland County, Carvalho, to cast his vote,
He left his voting
he
card
left the
behind. You
voting
the
card.
one broke that news,
That
right?
was the news on my radio,
Wow.
and that of the BBC. You know, when I called BBC, Chris, the guy from BBC said, uh, Bobby, what is the news from Maryland? I said, well, Judy Bryant left his voting card. He said, that's the news. They're going to the hair lounge. So I said, you
Yes.
sure? And Wilfred Clark said, don't carry that story. Judy Bryant said, no, let Bobby report on the BBC. And Kojo Mensah from Army Radio at the time, I was reporting for Army Radio. He said, Bobby, that's the story we needed. And that story went wide. Okay? So for some of our brothers today, they would turn it on the other side. But I want to say to our brothers and sisters that call, the Ministry of Information, LTA, and that of PUL are responsible for what is happening to us today. You got the right to withdraw or revoke letters, accreditations from media institutions that you gave to operate in this country. If they're not doing the right thing, close them, shut them down, or withdraw your license. That's the best thing you can do. But if you don't do it, you give them the ground to go ahead and do what they wish to do. Look at this program. This is my first time. I always listen to your program, and also the Breakfast Show. That's the two best programs that I listen to on the radio station. And you guys are doing extremely well. Sometimes when I say to myself, I wish I have a cup of coffee to take it to the guys to appreciate them for what they are doing. Give the man his flower while he stay alive. So Magdalene, see what you're doing to her. See how far she going now. Chris, thank you very much. You have done well for Magdalene. Magdalene has
She's
gone
looking
well.
into my face now,
She's
challenging me.
telling-
The woman
Yeah.
whose hair used to be bad down.
Yes. Magdalene, I
Please.
know
Yes.
I know you to be a shared woman.
Yes,
You
but hey, but
you said
they're not all here now.
guest speaker at programs and things. So thank you.
Thank you.
You guys have done well. I wish you could use it as a promo. You have done
Yes,
extremely
thank you.
well for the guys, and you continue to do it. The TBS, the True Breakfast Show, and this show are one of the best. And we
Thank
have
you.
responsibility to continue to empower you guys. I know you don't know it all. The guys always say something happening behind the scene, but you don't come out to inform the public. To my colleagues out there, if you're a nightclub DJ and you want to go on the radio, go to school. Somebody asked me what my background I got in the profession. I went to school. 34 media institution. I got my certificates to include PUL. I got it.
Thank
So
you.
thank you for giving me this platform. And I hope and pray we'll find another day to go beyond. Thank you.
So
Sir.
Thank you.
the question keeps coming. When you became citizen of Brewer G's?
Well, as I said, I'm not from Maryland. I work in those offices because of what I did in the county. That had they told me, Balut and Chambers say come and work to pay you because of the liberation that came from Maryland County to carry Model, to remove Model from that county as a journalist. That had the two people told me say come and work in our county. But my
Okay.
parents are from Webo Sulaken and Nyanken. Joseph Dokonya Addison from Sulaken, Alice Tobade Mason from Nyanken. But when
Okay.
I was born in Bombing County, Bombing Hills, the way I was
Yeah.
born, I went to school there. My
Okay.
father used to work with LMC, Labrador Mining Company.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. You know, two things happened since we started the show. One time, Kennedy Joseph Boakai was coming on the Truth Breakfast show. Was it Truth Breakfast? Yes. And I was in conversation with my boss, Musa Bede, and he said, Chris, today is very special for Truth FM. Go to the station and show that you have sufficient fuel. Just in case, if there is any power outage, the public will now understand that you ran out of fuel. In fact, he sent additional 500 gallons. That's the man who I call my boss. Another time, I left my phone in the studio, in my office. I went in the newsroom to do some supervision. When I came, I met 3 missed calls. When I returned the call, the next person I answered was, this is your Uncle Joseph Yuma Baka.
Oh,
And yes, Uncle JNB, how are you? He said, good. He said, I got a message for you. That was close to the campaign. He said, I'm done with your broadcast. I'm done with your way you present. Man, you run a radio station owned by somebody I call my son, but people see him as my political enemy.
yes.
You could use that to destroy my character and insult me, but you gotta rule on the flow that no one throws invective on your platform.
Yes.
And I'm carried away by that. I want to bless you and I wish you all the best in your career. That's Joseph Boakai talking just a week to the commencement of the election campaign. That was in August.
Neutrality
Right?
is what you
Yes.
see here.
So
Yes.
those 2 moments, when I'm leaving, State of the Nation or Truth FM, I will carry them with me.
Yes.
That I thought no one was checking on me, but people were checking on me, and I've upheld my traditional upbringing. My upbringing that you don't throw insult
Never.
at your leaders or elders, woman. I don't even stand or sit while woman sitting. I mean standing.
Yeah.
No way, it would never happen.
That's the
Thank you
culture.
so much. Let's take a break.
Thank
This
you.
one is
So Chief, before we take a break, I think we will have another time to talk about this. Maybe we'll bring on other old heads in the business to come and sit with us.
yeah.
and
So
we'll
this
have a
time it would not be
panel
like yes.
discussion.
What panel?
Yeah,
Yes,
let's say
yes.
Ethiopia, how you doing?
Yes.
There's so many old heads in
Yeah,
the
we have
business we
French
can.
Tiwola,
Yes, I mean they can come on to.
Jerry Aman, all those guys.
Yeah, so thank you, Chief, for coming on.
Okay,
It
so
was
let's dance to
really
this one.
wonderful.
Let's dance to this
Thank
one.
you.
I can't wait.
This one is called Dangerous by Jah Praiser from Zimbabwe. Let's dance to this one. Karibu, asante sana.
What is?
Karibu. Asante sana. I'm speaking Swahili. You just the last time you went to Blue and you lost. If I go Blue the last time just brought alcohol, you and dry and dirty trip, you lost. Try to leave space very small. And Jacoby is dancing to this one. Muhammad Ali of the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. You can't sign the document. You are nodding your head to this one. Good afternoon to you, sir. Commissioner Patrick Mobeto Hona. Patrick Moboy Hona. Liberia Telecommunication Authority. What's up, bro? I saw the video. You're triumphant entry into the compound.
Patrick Honda.
Hona.
No, Patrick Honda.
All my comrades in good governance now serving in public service. Your delay is not your denial.
Yo.
My delay is not my denial.
Yo.
Up next, young people in agriculture. They say goodbye to the belief that young people can do it. And we take us for 30 minutes. Then afterward, we bring our CR's former news director, Oscar Flomo Molba. Presumptive Assistant Minister for Defense Public Affairs. Oscar say, I claim it. Oh, John Praise. Thank you so much for dancing. I needed to take this stress out. And unfortunately the time got squeezed up. This media discussion was going to be wild, and then you have to do a proposal, send it to my office, whether we can even have a symposium or panel
Of
discussion
course.
to
And get that
project.
done in the next 3 days.
Please do that, as you have
Yeah.
always done, as you are doing for the agriculture.
But I will be resigning as an operations manager, and I will be as co-host. I will be your COS, but I will resign.
Not resign.
Wait,
I'm about to leave you on this platform.
no, I'm not talking about the platform.
No.
I say operation manager.
I'm tired talking microphone. I'm tired.
I'm not saying
Yes.
state of the nation. I say your
The thing I
operations
said today on
manager.
our radio, I'm tired talking on microphone. And people calling and say, God bless you. That's blasphemy. You are misusing the name of of God that created you for asking him to bless someone who is insulting. You say, let God bless you. You are a God sent. Hey,
So you still have
anyway.
a lot of work to do. Yeah.
Yes, we'll turn it over to you people. So let's go straight into Studio B to talk to these young people. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I want smiles here. Lincoln,
Get the
how are you?
money and stuff.
Mhm. Yes, let's hear you. Go on.
Put them on the street.
War Foundation. You know, I took interest in you people, especially when I was handed a letter of appointment as a board member of this organization. I am anything that has to do with agriculture. As a matter of fact, um, our our organization will be represented at the upcoming agriculture symposium. The letter is coming. We're organizing it. We cannot accept that characterization of our country that we are amongst the most hungry people in the world. 117 out of 125. Yeah, we are at the tail end. Man, I've always said 12 months, 6 months rain, 6 months sunshine. All favorable for food production. What are we doing? Why would you allow a German funded organization to tell us that this is what you're supposed to do to feed yourself? We accept it in good faith, but we will work to turn the result over. So let's hear you, madam. Let's hear you.
Uh, my name
You
is
got to please come close to the microphone. Let's hear you.
I'm Miata M. Sano from the World International Foundation Incorporated for Agriculture. Actually, we are
I just want, yeah, we're coming to that one. We're coming to that. Just serving introduction, madam. Relax yourself. Relax your mental tension. Yes, next. Let's hear you.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
My name is Jason K. from the World Foundation International Agriculture Cooperative.
Okay, good. So, Lincoln, we are in the chat room, and lot of things are happening in the chat room. One notable person as a board member is my sister Clarice Afaja.
Right.
We are member of the board. Tell us a brief history about the World Foundation, and then we have 30 minutes for this segment because we have our last guest coming up. Let's hear you quickly.
Okay, the World Foundation International Agriculture Cooperative, it is an agriculture agribusiness institution. We were founded 2018. We have been doing some pilot project work on our own in Bombing, Maserado, Limat, and Magibe. The World Foundation International were founded by me and also mobilize young people to come on board. Our main focus is to create jobs through the agriculture activity, especially sustainable agriculture program within the 15 countries. We have been registering farmers on our network. We set up a specific network, 3,500 farmers per county, and we are not Excited with that, we got everything set up. We begin to come out to ask for assistance. The World Foundation International Agriculture Cooperated. We also going to be opening our office on the 19th of June, which will be inviting the President of the Republic of Liberia, will be inviting the Agriculture Minister, will be inviting other donor institutions, as well as well-meaning Liberian. For the World Foundation International, right now we have 3 potential board members, which we are anticipating to get more members on board, because it is Liberia business. When you come to agriculture, it is only agriculture that can be able to develop our country. It is only agriculture that will be able to build up our GDP. It is only agriculture that will be able to create jobs for the young people of Liberia and the women of Liberia. It is only agriculture will be able to create food on the table of each and every one of us. It is only agriculture will also be able to put food on our various homes table. Without agriculture, we are
So what are some of the crops you're producing?
we have been producing rice. We started with rice. We did a pilot project in rice.
Where?
But right in bombing, that was during the COVID-19. We did it 2022. We did some. But for this year, we are involved mainly in cassava production. We have a very huge cassava farm in number 6 community 26
gate, right? Okay.
26 gate community Maggie Picante.
Okay.
And we also have another farm in Besti community. And we also have farmers registered on or from the 2D end.
Okay, that's good. So there is an upcoming event. Am I correct?
Right.
So in 30 seconds, you can talk about it. Then I'll go to Dixon and go to Meda.
Okay,
What's coming up?
For the upcoming event regarding our agriculture summit. Speaking of the summit,
yes,
right?
the summit.
The summit, I call on all well-meaning Liberians.
Why is it going to be here? When?
You mean which you're talking about the opening of the office, right?
Yes, that was me.
The office going to be opening on the 19th of June.
Okay.
So right now we are calling on all well-meaning Liberian, the diaspora Liberian. We are calling on the donor institution to pay attention to us, because
you want them to attend. You want them to attend the opening.
I want them to attend. Yes.
Where is the headquarters?
The location
Where are the
is at
headquarters? Yes.
Banja Old Road.
Banja Old Road.
Banja Old Road.
Okay.
Yes.
So what is expected on that day?
On that day, we will bring some of our crops in town, such as cassava, corn. We'll bring pepper. We'll bring some rice. The rice we made last year. We'll bring some of the seeds and to come and to do an exhibition to show it to our donors panel. We actually need support, because this institution right now, it is me who really doing everything right now. It is not that easy. So I'm asking for support. We are calling for support from the donors institution. We call it on EU. We call it on World Bank. We call it on the Swedish Embassy, because this institution is focused on women empowerment and youth empowerment. Our job creation focus is on women and youth empowerment.
Okay, let me hold you right there. Say you talk about you give it some streamline on gender issue. Let me come to Meta. What role do you play in the World Foundation Agriculture?
I'm the secretary.
Secretary, how do you feel working with group of people for the sake of food production?
Actually, I feel excited to be part of this institution. Yeah, because I'm happy. Yeah, I'm really happy to be part of the institution to help Liberian people, to help
So
out.
do you go to the farm too?
Not yet.
You haven't gone to the farm. But you are the headquarters. You the necessary record, right? As secretary. Dixon,
Yeah.
what's up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me what particular role are you playing in the plan program to officially um, commission your headquarters?
Yes. I'm the program manager of the MEFR.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, what do we expect?
Yeah. We appealing to the government, international partners need to help us because as a upcoming organization, we don't have him just doing it on our own. It's not easy. Sometimes if we produce the products, we just got to give some to the farmers so they can feed themselves with it.
So what you did recently? When you have it, what did you have it recently, and then who
Uh,
did you give it to?
our cassavas, we have a
Hmm.
cassava recently.
Okay,
We brought some in time when we went to Magdalene. We're having cassava in the bush. No, we don't have machine to process it. So it's just in the bush. And the people, their efforts are wasting.
okay. So Lincoln is from the look of things. You don't send project proposals to donor organizations.
No, we haven't sent project proposal yet. We are governors need to begin to do that by the time we
Yeah, you
have the
need to
office open.
sitting on radio and you need to send multiple. You don't know where the heaven is going to smile with you. You send multiple to these donor organizations. Let me tell you, let no one lie to you. There are millions of dollars sitting in banks here exclusively for agricultural purposes. But unless you can show seriousness or you can demonstrate seriousness, and work with the relevant authorities and like the RETRAP, the section of the Ministry of Agriculture, man, you're going to be thinking that people are forgetting about you. But no, they 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 got money, but you have to knock at the doors through project proposal writings.
Yeah, we have developed a lot of project proposal. We set ready to begin to distribute them. As soon as we open the office, we'll begin to go viral and we'll reach out all out there to ensure for support. I just want to say something, Mr. Salif. Let me quickly tell you thank you as one of the board members, and let me quickly say thank you to Sister to Honorable Clarin Afajar, also to Brother Jalad, Jesse Jada in the United States. I also I'm trusting God, asking God, looking to see. We also asking diaspora Liberian to join this initiative. This initiative is very better, especially where we got more young people on board. Young people have the energy to work. They have the energy to make things work. And we're not just having it on board. We're going to be training them in our different counties, in our different districts, where we also going into agreement in every country. We are going to land agreement to sign land agreement with the indigenous people. We're not just going to be doing illegal farming. We're going to be doing legal farming where those land are signing into agreement. We will operate it. Then we also have the surrounding farmers who are going to supply them, support them, train them, and they grow what we want them to grow. And we buy from them. We too sell to our partner. We'll be reaching out to the World Food Program. We'll be reaching out to Mary Mill. We'll be reaching out to the rest of the institution to begin to buy from.
In food production, what usually worries anyone in the fields is storage, especially if you're producing quickly perishable goods. For example, you got your pepper harvested, you carry in 3, 4, 5 days. If you're not mindful, you start to see rot down to your at your lost. So how do you manage harvesting and distributing it in between there? What happens?
They
Send
get
that.
rotten. In fact, lot of the goods are spoiling, even the cassava self. So we also asking for support. We are calling on FAO, UN FAO. We need your support. We need European Union support. We need all well-meaning Liberian support. Diaspora Liberian, we need your support. We need storage in number 6 communicated. We need storage in Bestie communicated.
Where's Bestie?
Bestie is in rural Maserati, is in the border with Bombing and Maserati. We
Okay.
also have most of our farmers in Bombing County that is producing cassava, which we have our central farm there, and we support them, we encourage them to grow more cassava.
And
So
the
they
date.
are doing, yes, we got it right now, and they are also planning. We encourage them that things will be better on the World Foundation International Agriculture Cooperative. So we are asking for support. We need machine, cassava processing machine. We need rice mill. We also need storage facility. The infrastructure very, very important for the agribusiness network. So we are asking donors, supporters to come. We will invite them to our opening. They should please stand up. Therefore, President Joseph Boga, we supported him. The institution supported him. So as a farmer, the farmer supported him. He should pay attention to the farmer, especially us. And we will also reach out to his office. We'll reach out to all many people. Let me quickly say thank you to one of the brothers you just called Mo Ali. Mo Ali is a friendly brother.
But you are more resemble. You are.
Mo Ali is a friendly brother. We're all he been managing director. When I call him, he pick my call.
Yeah, there are very few that can pick up.
Sometimes when I call him, when he see my missed call, he will call me right back. But most of our brothers that are in government right now, when you call them, they didn't even know you any longer. But we ask them to stop. They should stop that kind of attitude, because that behavior,
So they're not picking your calls.
They're not picking. When the campaign time they reach out to us, we mobilize the farmer to vote for the president, and the president appointed them. This time they don't pick up call. That is a very
Tell me, that experience is not good. But tell me, you think that they're not picking calls?
Because they have that darkness. That darkness. I don't want to call it liberalization, but it's a complete darkness that into labyrinth. When they want something,
you think the basic that's picking your calls?
What basic? Somebody who make you to get a piece of job. You got to pay attention to that person. In life, when somebody gave you, you give the person right back. But somebody shouldn't give you, and then you turn your back. Let me applaud Jack Sibo. Jack Sibo is a cooperative person. He plans to work along with us, with our cooperative. Anytime we knock a point, he can open. So let me also thank the Minister of Agriculture. I have not seen him though, but his special assistant is very friendly. He's a friendly guy.
Howard?
Uncle Howard, yeah. He's a friendly man. So I love him. We have an appointment to meet the minister to have that kind of cooperation and partnership with the World Foundation International and the Ministry of Agriculture, because we are ready to do a massive rice and cassava production across the 15 countries. We are ready for that. We got the manpower. We have the land.
Meta, are you ready? Meta, are you ready?
Yes.
I'm
ready.
But here you are. You don't leave Morovia or Brovia, or where you have the headquarters. You don't visit the farm. How are you going to produce this one? But anyway, what it takes taking care of the office? Most of the time, you spend your entire day there.
Yeah.
What you don't go to school?
Actually, I'm not in school. I'm out of high school.
Oh, okay. So you spend small time with the cooperative, and
we are planning to our young people who are out of high school. We are also planning to negotiate with Zion to begin to seek for scholarship, to begin to send our people. We want to train the young people from nothing to something. I can show you within the cooperative, especially youth and women. Our target are on youth and women. Yes.
Okay, so Dixon, let me come to you, and that should be your final comment. I'll come back to Meta, and then Lincoln will close up. Maybe we should have an extended version of this one on the agro segment on Tuesday. That's why I'll keep telling you, let's do it on Tuesday, but the program is on 19 June. We start publication now. No, it's not advisable in public relations. It can take away the information if the time interval is long from publicity to execution. So maybe we need to bring
Do
it back.
another one. Yeah,
Yes.
that would be.
So let me come to
that would be
Dixon.
awesome.
Dixon, what are some of the challenges you face in operating this cooperative?
Uh,
As a child growing up, I visited my home county once upon a time and heard about the Bandi Farmer Cooperative Society founded by former Senator Kakura Bayopoto. And that society, that cooperative, trained a lot of Bandi people into money people. In fact, it scared them away or took them away from making rice farm, and everyone went into cocoa and coffee. And the aftermath of it was a comedy that said after they harvest the cocoa, if you touch the body man, you have to be mindful or else you'll carry the coat. Even if your wife coat mistakenly cook salt, more salt in the soup, you go sue your wife. Because the cocoa, no, that's a fun. Because they have money at a particular time. They will have the money. So cooperative, I'm just trying to tell you that cooperative is an engine of growth and it's good to hold on. So tell me, Dixon, what are some of the challenges?
uh, let's say number one, we're facing financial challenges because if you got the people on the field, you can't just be talking to them all of the time. Oh my man, you gotta do the work, begin your team will get better, we gotta go sell this, do this.
Get right with it. Death.
Yeah, you see that. So you gotta give them at least sometimes we give them some money. Sometimes we carry like we went to Bestie, we carry some item there, we give them money. The money not enough. Imagine you got about 100 or two, you got about 250 people, then you look at them getting 10,000, 5,000, money not enough. Sometimes there will be some people will be there to be more money. Some people will be there to be talking to them. Oh my man, yeah, let's do our own thing in our county, in our community. Let us do it like that. Sometimes you need to take our mobile back to go to the side. You know, easy.
Yeah, so I know where it made. So yeah, Mera, so in less than a minute, maybe you got any final word?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hear you quickly.
I'm asking everyone out there, like, uh, important people in the government to help us. Yeah. So help us. We need their support. Yeah, we need their support in this agriculture so we can be able to help our librarians and help our counties also.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Lincoln, 1 minute.
Okay, quickly, let me quickly call Dr. Fala. We want Dr. Fala. Dr. Fala, please come on board. The rest of your agro team, you got, we are calling upon them to please come on board to assist us. We want Dr. Fala especially to be on the board. We want him to be on the board as well. If he can give me a contact,
No, it's no problem. I can give it to
will
you.
appreciate to reach out to him.
Mhm.
Then also we are calling on all world mini Liberians, diaspora Liberians, the international community, as well as the foreign donor institution
Mhm.
to kindly support us, to support our agriculture cooperative. This
Okay.
agriculture cooperative is a youth and women-driven cooperatives that is empowering women and youth. We are to create new job and sustain these jobs through sustainable agriculture program within the 15 counties where we are secure land, where we have our 3,500 farmers. They are all waiting to see us so we can get things going. We stand ready within 3 years. Within 3 years, with support, within 3 years, we can change the status quo of the rice business in the country.
Thank you, Lincoln Cooper. Thank you so much. And we can do more on this one when we rearrange to here on the agro segment, which will go 1 hour. Thank you so much, gentlemen, ladies, for coming. And that's how we go home on this segment. As we prepare to go for the last one, Oscar Malba is coming up next. But we have to do this one by popular demand. I'm told Sam Steve Koya in the office of the president is dancing to this one and wants it more as we take this transition. Liberia's prolific geologist, Dr. Eugene Shanna. Good afternoon to you, sir. Gabriel Williams, you're in Sacramento, California. You're watching. Good afternoon. Ja Presa of Zimbabwe. This is done in the Zosa language. Sam Steve Koya, Minister for Special Services, Office of His Excellency Joseph Yiman Boakai. And to you, the Deputy Director General for Rural Broadcasting, James Kabakuru Nangbe. Bro, I heard you on the news yesterday morning, man. Proving the critics wrong. And you know, as is from the fingertips of DJ Chris Fizo, it got to be great. And you know, some government officials have begun cutting speech from one another at their respective entities. Because when you enter or come to governance with exuberance and your partner can't cooperate with you, speech. Man, we got to bring this one down. Time is fast, man. That is Ja Presa from Zimbabwe with the caption Dangerous. Watch the video of this one. You're going to like it. Let's go to Studio 2 to talk to Oscar Flomo Malba. Once upon a time, Director of News, Truth FM, who honorably resigned and went into the private sector, making headways. Unfortunately, since he left, my how do you call this thing? My consolation, or how do you call this thing? This Ghana chopper, I used to go there and eat free food. How do you call it? Complimentary bowl. Yes, that's what I the complimentary bowl. Hey, I started taking myself as big man in that place. As soon as they see me, they say, oh, the boss they say we should serve you. The Oscar Senate man. I was like, well, Oscar left, and he just thought when he died, he thought I was really. I really wanted to prevent his resignation. I didn't like it because he caught me unaware. But the thing that really hurt me was all the benefit that came along from Truth FM, that came along with here working together. Everything was withdrawn. There are no more time to go to Choba. But it's good to have you, Oscar, returning to your homeland. This is triumphant. I want to believe you were welcome Rosin, welcome out there. Am I correct?
Yes, definitely, Chris. And I must say that for each time I come back here at the station, I am highly welcome. Whether it be from the security or the director general, I am welcome. So I feel at home. And thanks to the team here for the magnificent work that you guys have done and continue to do
You
here.
see my picture that lie put in the hallway there? I never knew I was handsome like
No,
this.
you are.
Really?
At your age,
At
at
my age,
your age,
50.
I think some of us envy you constructively. You don't seem to have.
I even look
You look younger than I am.
younger than no, but than
No,
JKB. In fact, than you.
what I mean,
Yes.
yes, you look younger. You look more handsome.
Mm-hmm.
You can see any gray hair or whatever.
No, they are
So
great. They are gray hair.
where
And in the beard.
I don't even see that you got beard.
Mhm.
I
No,
don't. s-
I can remove
I
it.
don't
It's
see that you
again
got beard. I
embarrassment.
don't see JKB with beard.
No, JKB naturally he can't grow beard.
You-
He's
you-
that one.
Why,
But
the man likes that vitamin or what?
no, it's a hormone responsible, and apparently
Yeah,
the production of that
low
hormone
production.
is very low. So
Well, thanks to I don't know whether Lai has taken over formally now as the
no, we
CEO.
say we give a CEO to come
Okay, but
turn
I like to
over.
say congratulations. The maintenance of the place is really intact thanks to all of the radio director Oni Rabels, the acting news director Maka Davis, you and Magdalene on the team, and the rest of the other staff here at the institution. I'd like to say thanks for the upkeep of the institution, Chris. And quickly to the Ghana Choba issue, please, for each time you're around there, please stop by. We have a VIP service now. You can even be in the VIP service.
So
I don't
you
have
see,
to be there. Just tell them
I
that.
can even promote that VIP.
Yeah,
You know, the lady is my sister,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And but those are some of the pains that came along when you left.
yeah.
I don't. They behave like Liberia men versus the Lebanese men, right? When I went there, I sat down. Nobody could come. Then they told me, "What you want?" I said, "Oh, but you don't know me." They said, "Well," I realized that Oscar, it was good I have money with me. But
Oh
really, it was
wow.
getting too used to me now. Every day I want to go eat the poor food.
Yes,
Yeah.
please make it. I know you will not go there every day, but for each time you're around there, please make sure to stop, and you can obviously go to the VIP where you have VIP
I
services.
need to go there and I'll promote it.
Yeah,
Where
That's
some my people are lost.
Ghana
Ghana
Choba,
Choba. Yeah.
the VIP service. Have you been there?
I mean, that's my spot,
No. I've never seen you there before.
man.
Your place is, how do you call it? Place? I don't know what, double door.
Please.
Oscar, welcome to the show, man.
Yeah, but thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
Madeline, don't be going to that place. So that place is infested with criminals.
No, I don't go there.
Yeah.
Don't
I,
do bad
no,
PR for the business. It's a
no, I
business.
beg. I'm a must
Around there,
because
around there.
yeah,
Say
yeah.
around
Yeah,
there.
around there.
On a serious note, I mean, if I want to drink, I sit home and drink. I don't drink alcohol,
Okay.
so I mean, let me just do it home. I usually sometimes pass. I live close to. I mean, around that area. I get meat from there and go back home.
Okay.
The music alone, I can't. It's too loud for me.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I
you
think
only who don't believe him.
Chris is just pulling your leg.
Don't mind him. I will talk before they show you. I will
Oh,
talk.
you want to talk?
Yeah,
Huh?
I will try
You want to
something.
use the radio to talk? You better wait.
Oscar, it's good to see you here again.
Yeah, Magdalene, thank you, and I
Yeah.
must commend you and Chris appearing on the show, and beyond just the afternoon show. That's the State of the Nation. I think you guys are doing a wonderful job with the journalism school.
Okay.
I don't know. I sent someone here yesterday
Yes,
who
they
have been
made mention of
expressing,
it.
yeah, who
Yes.
have been expressing interest. So obviously, we'll have to recommend, the Most Ability School of Professional Journalism for youngsters out there who want to be journalists.
Okay, so let's talk some media thing. And this thing is going, it is a
Mm,
talk sans frontier.
mm,
In the French, they will say talking without border, right?
Mhm.
And it is a media. You are a media practitioner. And Bobby was just here. It exploded. People wanted to call. We wanted to extend the time, but due to
mhm.
time factor, we had to abbreviate it. But here we are. And what do you stand on this media issue? You're calling You want media council, a regulatory
Yeah,
body.
yeah.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Thank you, Chris. So over the years, the the media community in Liberia has been doing well. Uh, they've been making strides with the enormous challenges. They've been able to manage their way. However, there are some practices, the conduct of some media practitioners in this country that are becoming unbecoming. In a sense that in as much as we have freedom of the press, freedom of speech, the law says the abuse thereof, one has to take responsibility. What I see now going on within the Liberian media by a few handful of our colleagues, I don't see it as a practice of good journalism. I see it as total rudeness. I see it as provocation and incitement. And we cannot have a society wherein you have people who calling themselves journalists or media practitioners to be engaging into incitement. So if you want to be a journalist, be a journalist. If you want to be a politician, be a politician. You cannot have someone calling himself a journalist sitting before his microphone and raining insults. You take days and
Yeah, sure.
weeks,
Real insult.
real insults from the president, the vice president, and just anybody. To the extent, and I listened to Bobby. Bobby said, which is true, I got recordings in my phone wherein people who call themselves journalists openly challenge the government, openly dares the government, brings people on their platform who will threaten the peace of the country, and they join in with those people, and then you call it freedom of the press, but you don't regulate those who come on your radio because you yourself, you are not even regulating yourself. So as you may know, Chris, you and Magdalene, that part of the reasons why we established the Journalist Initiative for Peaceful Elections in Liberia that has now been amended, and pretty soon we will be announcing through a press conference the new name of the institution, was because of the same bad practice, bad journalism. No respect for the ethics in the journalism profession. You have someone who sat on the radio and decided to give fake election results during the 2020 election, and that nearly plunged the country into chaos. So because of that, we said, well, there's a need for us to do something. And as I always tell people, most times the problem is not with the news guys. The problem is with those of us who sit, before these microphones, calling ourselves talk show hosts. We come about and create a spin on a particular story only to suit our side. So aside from that, the guys are going very, 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 very brutal. They are going unregulated and unchecked, and this is not called for in our society. So normally people will say, "But Oscar, since when did you guys get to know that?" I tell people, and I have put up this open challenge, and I have not seen anybody who will come and say, "Well, what you say is lie." So number one, you must listen to the person who's bringing the message. I can tell you for a fact, and thank God we sitting here on Truth FM. There was never a time that I sat on this radio as a news director or a talk show host that I insulted any president, any national leader. I was being critical of national leaders. I did not insult. You have somebody calling himself a graduate of a law school. You have someone calling himself a journalist, a reputable journalist, and then you call a seated president a criminal. You call a seated president a puppet. So these are things, and sometimes it brings us to the place to wonder how did some of those people get their way through to becoming law school graduates. When you do not know, or you pretend and play a blind eye, not knowing that for a person to be considered as a criminal, that means that there must have been a case on that person. The court must have ruled on that person, and a guilty verdict has been rendered on that person, and you just call somebody criminal, and you just use invectives on people. You threaten the peace. Look, provocation in itself is a crime. Incitement is a crime. And I tell people, even the very regime of former President George Weah, he did not tolerate that, because there were times wherein we saw radio stations being shut down here. For example, the Roots FM of Henry Costa was being shut down on grounds that the station was inciting the public. We saw Spoon FM, somebody claimed to put another person in front as though that Spoon FM was being sued for giving lies or fake information about someone's involvement in alleged financial scandal at Lages and things like that, only because someone was behind the scene hiding, throwing the rock and hiding their hands. So we saw all these things happening. Are we going to sit and allow or continue to allow these bad practices of some of our colleagues continue to go on and unchecked? No, because Chris, believe you me, I am a student of conflict studies at the Kofi Annan Institute for Peace and Conflict Resolution. In conflict studies, a conflict doesn't just escalate. There are stages of conflict. You have the no conflict stage, you have the latent stage, you have the escalation stage, you have the stalemate stage, the de-escalation stage, and just the rest. So there are conflict triggers. If you sit on the radio, continuously insult people, continuously engage into provocation, and there is no check, there's no regulation, obviously, you're going to trigger conflict. You're going to feel conflict. And when people get annoyed, when people reach to that point of escalation, then things, people can say hell break loose. We don't want hell to break loose. We don't want these kind of journalism. That's why I am not saying that radio stations or media institutions should be shut down. I'm saying there is a need to have a national media council that will regulate the activities of journalists. If you don't want to be, because some of them will say they are not part of the press union of Liberia. Some will say they are not journalists, they are political commentators. If you are not journalists, then you cannot remain within our profession and continue to set a dark cloud upon our profession.
Now you see the reason why I want to hang my boots. And
definitely.
And the United States, former United States ambassador Michael McCarthy himself fell short of, and people in the diaspora, he said they were using, there are journalists in the diaspora that are engaged or were engaged in bringing false information about their country. And I differ with him. People in the diaspora they're not journalists, they're just making use of the technology that journalists use to reach out to the public in the mass media. They're not journalists. Look how they analyze issue, right? And some of them are good friends we are good friends. But that string line, that definition has to be clear, right? You want to be a political
commentator.
Don't sit on the radio and say we as journalists. Man, that broadcast I listened to today, Liberia is so peaceful. If I had my own will, I would have told the neighbor to turn it off. But I was in a community, and this radio is playing, and this lady is listening. She is mad at the information being given to her, but she kept listening. So I just laughed. I said, "But you can't try to change the station." She said, "Yeah,
changing the station." I've heard a lot of people say, don't listen to this other station, don't listen to this other station, don't read this other newspaper. That is not going to help. It's not going to help because there is no one small radio station. As you may know, every media house, every media institution in this country has their own followers. So the fact that they have their followers, whatever they put out there, the followers are consuming it, and the followers got people who believe in them, they believe in them, and they follow them. So it's like what Lauren Bobler used to say, each one teach one. So the more the information, not just mis and disinformation, but they kind of hit messages. You get engaged into maligning people's high-end character.
Let me tell you about next door Sierra Leone, right? Next door Sierra Leone. You were talking about Media Regulatory Commission. This is what the Sierra Leone Independent Media Commission issued just a week ago. To all defaulting media institutions, defaulting media institutions, station managers and editors. It has come to the attention of the Independent Media Commission, the IMC, that a number of media institutions, station managers and editors have failed to comply with the compliant rulings of the Commission, despite clear directives and ample time provided for ratification. These media entities have neglected their obligation to publish or broadcast retraction or apologies, or pay the stipulated fines imposed on them as sanctions for breaches of the IMC Act of 2020 of Sierra Leone. It goes on to say, therefore, this notice serves as a final warning to all defaulting media institutions and individuals that have been ordered by the Commission to pay fines, publish retraction, or apologies. You are hereby given until the 30th of April 2024 to fully comply. Failure to adhere to these directives by the specified deadline will result in severe consequences, including but not limited to suspension or cancellation of your licenses or regulations.
Yeah.
This decision is not negotiable and shall be enforced rigorously. The last paragraph. All defaulting parties, I urge to take immediate steps to ratify their non-compliance and fulfill their obligation as ordered by the Commission. Your cooperation in this matter is imperative to maintain the integrity and credibility of the Sierra Leonean media industry and public trust in the Independent Media Commission. You have been warned duly. This is a secular issue to some of those radio stations, replica of our country.
So Chris, even beyond what's happening in Sierra Leone, right? Do you know on Sunday, May 5, in Israel, especially within East Israel, the Israeli cabinet voted unanimously to shut down, Al Jazeera in Israel. I don't know whether you're on top of that information, on grounds that the reportage was posing serious national security threat. In Burkina Faso, at the latter part of April, just this gone month, April, around the 26 or so, the Burkina Faso government also shut down or suspended 2 international media organizations, the VOA and which is the Voice of America, and Al Jazeera, on grounds that they were reporting misleading or false information. That is disputed, right? But the fact is that people must be able to, government for that matter, must be able to ensure that you can have a regulatory power. Because as part of your duty as a government to protect lives and property, when you're providing security for the state, it's not just by the men and women who are carrying arms of our country. When we talk about the security of the state, we're also talking about what the public consumes, what the public hears. So there are some people that get carried away. There are some people that panic as a result of the information being put out by some journalists in this country and some journalism institutions. So the government is on an obligation to protect those people. That is security by itself. But if the government is afraid, or if the government is that lenient that you think you don't want to regulate the reportage of media institutions in this country, you are just creating more harm than good that you think you're doing.
So I don't know whether the PUL is in, with all of the crisis within the PUL. I don't know whether they have the power to regulate media institutions, because for when we cover the Sierra Leone elections, we went at the Independent Media Commission, and within that time there were some programs that were suspended. Some individuals were also, because they did not want to to adhere to these regulations. So I know the PUL is in crisis, but do they have the power?
So Magdalene, I agree with you. The PUL right now seems to be split. We all regret the situation.
Don't say seem, say split.
We
have an officer in charge instead of a president.
Instead of a president.
Yeah.
And that has gone on for about 2 years, right?
Yes.
Yes. And it doesn't seem to be reaching any logical conclusion. However, it is predicated upon all of us as journalists to be able to stand up now to this thing, because we cannot, what the Bible says, don't bear false witness. Not because, some of these guys are our friends, they are our colleagues. That means that we should continue to sit and allow them to injure other people's heart and character.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, one of the instances I remember, for example, this guy, this minister, Kopakura, is one of the, sorry to say, that they're tissue. But if the guys can be brave to talk to the president anyhow, and look, so Chris, I can be telling people, I challenge anybody to tell me where in president we are sat and allow journalists. We're not talking about politicians, because even politicians, I posted on my Facebook page one time and I told people, I said, even the very representative Yeke Koluba was being checked several times when he came to this radio, what to say, what not to say, to the extent even when it came to his dress code. So we did not tolerate Yeke Kolubat's, his outrage, the way he handled issues. We did not tolerate that at Truth FM. We did not tolerate that. When the very Abraham William was here, we did not tolerate that. So nobody can say we at Truth FM, even up to present, I follow the station religiously, though I'm not here. I follow the station religiously. So I know that Truth FM had never, ever one day on one of your shows insulted any national leader. So if the guys want to be politicians, let them be politicians, and they will be treated like politicians.
And Oscar, let me tell you this: the what I see, and I was just telling Senator Jivon Smith the last time of Riverside County. I mean, he's rightly placed to get this nightmare off our back. Man, this media regulation has to be legislated.
Yeah.
Unless this is done,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the PUL is a union. What does it do? See the warning given. They're not begging these media institutes. They're saying until this time.
They're not part of PUL.
Okay, so then if it is in Sierra Leone, that means you can operate within the Billionaire of Sierra Leone. If you can't join the
But it should be it should be mandatory.
They come and say that at the end, even the very young people, you come and just threaten the peace of the country. When national security start to take action, then you say, oh, the people were peaceful, they were this. But when you start on the radio and threaten the peace of the country, you never knew that you were not peaceful.
What encourages me sometimes when I get frustrated, I want to leave mainstream, let's say radio something. What can bring sanity to me? All these guys that do these things, they never went to school to be journalists. They never. No classroom orientation. Man, I tell you, they might have remained in the structure, the superstructure of the radio station, and know the ABC and know the kind of news, soft news and hard news, but they were never trained. Man, I wonder these people know that what comes out of your mouth can plunge a country into war just by using the radio. Man,
we challenge the EPS director to come here. We challenge the police director. So and look, Chris, we will not say it. This is a campaign that we don't want media division. We don't want media division, but we will not say it any longer, and allow our colleagues or a few of our colleagues to continue to hurt other people's character. Some of them don't have even fights. Look, even if you want to be critical, for heaven's sake, does that mean that you should insult people? Does that mean that you should go after people's reputation, people's character? We must stop that. That's total rudeness.
Okay, so let's transition a little bit. Time is fast spent. We're not taking calls because we had a lot of calls the first round with Bobby. Oscar, I was seeing you with the AFL. What interest you have with the AFL? What news? How is the new chief of staff? He's a good friend of mine. Except that I haven't paid him a courtesy visit yet since he took over. But I was at the Nigerian Defense Academy when he graduated with honor, and then on an EFL Ministry of Defense scholarship. And then I was not surprised that he was posted at the Liberian mission in Addis Ababa, there where he remained until he was appointed as chief of staff. You know a lot about him. Sometimes I see you embedded in the military convoy delivering aid. What interest you have there? As a matter of fact, your name is still delayed. What's going on?
Delay for what? You see, it was funny. Chris, high expectation can lead to high blood pressure. So, on a very serious note, Chris, I must say thanks to you, Magdalene, and the entire Troop FM for giving us the opportunity to always talk about some of the gains, of the armed forces of Liberia. And this is a privileged relationship that we have with the AFL, dating as far back as Daniel Zianga as chief of staff, moving on to Prince Charles Johnson. So it was balloon when Prince Charles Johnson was the chief of staff, and many people thought that I was working with the AFL, but it's just a privileged relationship that I have, and that relationship has extended to the new chief of staff, who seems to be very upbeat. He's a media friendly person, and I can assure you, Grace, he's in the United States at the moment. By the time he returns to country, we will set up a meeting so that you can be able to meet with him. And yeah, because he believes in the media. So currently, since he took over as chief of staff of the AFL, he has been moving and touring various barracks across the country. Remember, we have a number of barracks in Liberia, the EBK barracks, the one at Toli,
Top money, Banga,
yeah, in Banga,
Sandyway in
County.
Carisburg.
Yeah, so he has been touring those barracks to see the men and women in arms for the purpose of building and maintaining the morale of the AFL. So in the military, we say you have to keep the morale high. Once the morale is high, the guys get rejuvenated to be able to do the work that they have to do. So he has been doing that. The new chief of staff has also been able to ensure that he can work on a long-term plan that has been in existence and have been worked on to some extent. So he's just continuing from where his predecessor, Prince Johnson, Major General retired, stopped from. The issue about decongesting the EBK barracks, that is one of the things he has on his plate. And to that effect, he's been able to visit the Camp Jackson military barracks. At the moment, there are some discussions for renovation plans that barracks can be able to take
Where's
about.
Jackson?
It's somewhere, somewhat in I think Grand Cheated. I can be so sure. I need to file.
But do they have any plan for 72nd? I
Yes.
know there's a crucial point, but the structures are still there, the units are there,
So
and
so that
that
is
is very close to Monrovia instead of,
so
yeah.
so that is part of the plans. And Chris, I would not go too
No,
deep
I'll
into
push you
it
into it because you're
because
always looking for the
I will
thing.
not go too deep into it because some of the information is on a need to know basis. So some of them will be withheld for now because remember again, I have the blessing to see what I'm saying here, but I'm not the official spokesperson of the armed forces for now. So yes, he's making a lot of strides. Like I said, with decongestion at the moment, he's in the United States lobbying for a mission. He's having meeting with the Department of Force Generation. The Department of Force Generation at the United Nations is a department that ensures that it gathers troops from various countries for peacekeeping operations. So, as you may know, that our military has been able to draw down on peacekeeping mission in Mali and South Sudan, and that has helped. It really helped the soldiers before. So, the new chief of staff is lobbying out there to see whether we can be able to have troops going on mission, even if not troops as in troop, but even the MSO, what we call the MSO, the military staff officer, to be able to go out there. He's also following up on the procurement plan for the APC, the armor personnel carrier that the former chief of staff started. So he's following up on that procurement process. He's going to be making a trip to North Carolina. At the moment, he's still in New York, so he's going to be. And the big one is that there is now this SOP, the standard operating procedure for the dependents of soldiers, the wives and children of soldiers, in terms of their conduct, what to do, what not to do, and that was been driven from the February 12th situation. So, with regards to the situation from the women protests, the current chief of staff instituted a bill, that's the board of inquiry, to investigate the situation, and I can confirm to you that the funding is up. By the time he returns to country, he's going to look at the findings and the recommendations and act upon them.
Okay, thank you. Time is fast spent, and Traffic Plus is knocking at our doors. We have to sign off. Tomorrow is Thursday. Talk a little bit tomorrow on drug fight, and then I'm told a new drug is in town called zombies. What have we done, Lord, to deserve what we go through? Anyway, unless we put all hands on deck, we're not going to triumph. Oscar, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Chris. So I really do appreciate the opportunity. I'm looking forward. Remember, there are two things on my campaign. One is the media, the National Media Council, and the next one is to have a definite site for protest. That which we did not touch. We hope we can find another time to talk about that, because that is even grave than what we're talking about and poses serious national security threat to our public infrastructure. So we hope that we can find other time. But thank you for the opportunity, and Liberia deserves better.
Thank you. Thank you. We go home on this edition of State of the Nation.